Griffin has been ride or die on Falcon. I mean, it's part of his brand for a reason.
Absolutely. He spent a little bit of time trying out Kazuya. Definitely teased bringing Ganondorf into bracket, but not actually going to happen in my opinion. He has very recently in the last few months come to the terms with the fact that Fatality is his one true love for this character. So let's see that top gameplay as we get into our first match of top 64, Fatality versus WebbJP.
And already Webb just starting a strong combo game. This is kind of what we expect from Sheik. It's death by 1,000 cuts, but it's a matter of making every single one of those interactions impactful. And it's going to be up to Griffin to basically stymie that approach and control the stage from there.
Do you fear more death by 1,000 cuts or the person that's practiced one cut 1,000 times? I think that's the matchup difference.
It does kind of boil down to that. I think we're going to have to see how Webb is able to control the ground. Right now, doing a great job of pressuring Fatality into the corner and forcing an early decision. But the one thing I will caution about Griffin is how fast he's able to accelerate the game and push the tempo in his favor.
And tempo is definitely something that's important. Wow! Great needle confirm into up smash. Tempo is something that's incredibly important in this matchup, especially considering that Sheik and Falcon have very similar dash speeds and very similar run speeds, and that the run speeds are incredibly quick. But the frame data is obviously in favor of Sheik as opposed to what other character in the game. I mean, Sheik has some of the fastest and most absolutely slick frame data. So what matters most is holding that advantage state, getting Sheik off stage, and doing what Fatality does best, and edge guard.
I mean, great job from Fatality to cover up that air guard, the off-stage interaction. Now I think what we're going to have to see is how Webb is able to capitalize. 88%. We saw that the needle conversion was so clean, especially into that up smash. Webb is extremely practiced in these situations. So now, trapped in the corner with needles online, it's up to Fatality to hold, and the bouncing fish just misses.
Yes, a rare confirmed miss from WebbJP, and it was just a slight DI mix, and then Fatality was able to narrowly escape death and get himself back on the front foot.
Slight misinput there from Fatality. It's not too often we're seeing those types of mistakes on his side, but now this is kind of what I was talking to. You're reaching percents where it might be difficult for Sheik to land that killing blow, but with giving Fatality all that rage, it basically feels like sand in an hourglass, kind of like inevitability.
Absolutely. And the big difference that we're seeing in the neutral game here is that, wow, great confirm, down smash into up smash on the platform, Fatality coming out swinging. That was exactly what I was about to exemplify here, is that the big difference is that WebbJP looking for confirms, quick hit confirms, throwing out safe hitboxes, whereas Fatality is looking for bangers, dropping huge hits that he's going to confirm into kill moves half the time, or at least racking up 30–40% damage on every interaction.
I mean, Fatality is doing a great job holding on to this stock right now, has to find a way around the bomb. Webb has him into the corner, and what I like is this pressure of the back air off stage, securing another stock for Webb, and now the combo game starts. It is trying to get out of this oppressive offense from Webb, and they're doing such a great job of just painting Fatality into a corner.
Great bouncing fish, holding that advantage off stage. Fatality obviously holding his jump, able to get back safely, but who's going to hold stage advantage? That Falcon dive misses, and it gives WebbJP an opportunity to stick on that corner and keep Fatality guessing.
Still just holding into the corner right now. We're at the 88 percentile mark, and just missing the confirm from Fatality.
Yeah, but the DI out was smart from WebbJP. It's incredibly difficult to confirm that into knee whenever you DI out. Great kick there. I have to hold my tongue for the stream, but that lingering hitbox, we all know.
Yeah, and I like right now how Fatality is looking for a conversion. The down air into the knee. A tried and true classic from Fatality.
And that's a Fatality special, throwing out the combo moves like down smash and raptor boost, and the second that he hits one and you're at kill percentages, he's generally not going to miss that. But that's the thing that both of these players do so well, is do their hit confirms in that are going to kill. Anytime that it's a kill confirm, they are not missing. And you can see that exemplified right here in the replay.
It is so impressive to see him constantly landing his stomp knees, especially when you have someone on the other side of the screen in Webb who is so consistent at these needle conversions, the back air chases. So I didn't see where we're going to stage. Is it a run back to small or?
I believe it's a run back to small, yes. I also wasn't looking though, so we're about to find out. And yep, run back to small.
I don't think the stage was necessarily a problem here for WebbJP. I think it's more now a matter of trying to find a way to convert and slow down Fatality.
Absolutely. Fatality looking for something spicy there. Didn't quite delay it enough to get a trump, but it's just back and forth on the stage pressure here.
But the thing as well that we need to look at is Fatality is looking for a specific starter, whether it's a grab or a Nair 1 or something else in that realm. You need to kind of take into consideration how well Webb is playing around this offense, and just barely missing the stomp to another conversion.
Oh, there it is!
This time, fool me once.
Shame on you.
Fool me twice, you get need, and here's the stock lead.
Can't get fooled again. WebbJP really throwing out hitboxes like they're playing a sword character, right? It's not a whole lot of rushdown going on here. It's more about spacing until you can get either a tech chase, a hit confirm, or just an advantageous stage positioning like we're seeing right now. Oh, good trump, but I mean, obviously Sheik back here is not quite going to kill at 100.
I will say the one thing I want to look at from Webb is abusing the needles a little bit more. We know that Falcon has a fairly telegraphed recovery. There's only so many angles that he can go about. Abusing that would probably open up another avenue to success, and that's kind of what I'm alluding to. Using the bomb, and boom! Needles into fish. WebbJP converts.
That is what we call, not the commentator's curse, but the commentator's dream. You really called that one out, and those needle confirms are going to cover those good angles. It's like that slightly higher than 45 degree angle. That's going to cover a lot of what Fatality's looking for, either Raptor boosts on the ground, short hop stomps. A lot of that is going to be covered by needles. So if we can keep the needles charged and get those interrupts, it's going to give a lot of momentum in the favor of WebbJP. That is going to put Fatality on a back foot because he can't quite figure out the rhythm of the game. Great tech chase.
Webb really utilizing the information they gained from game one to try and get as much pressure onto Fatality as they can. It's been impossible for Fatality to get back to the ground and hold stage control. Setting up a conversion. Webb doing a great job just pressing with aerials, but there it is, the knee again. It's rage and money in the bank for Fatality.
Very clean combos right there, keeping it 100 as he always does, but he's at 171%. What he wants to do is get some more damage down before he inevitably loses the stock. He might get a chance to right here, but good down air, resetting that rhythm of the game.
Niche 189 onto Fatality. That is so much rage in the bank. You're at max rage, 201.
Anything will kill.
Yeah, well, that'll do it.
That'll do it. That'll do.
Webb again, painting Fatality into a corner, trying to find a way to at least continue more of this combo game. They've been so oppressive when they get their initial hit and racking up close to 60+% just like that.
Yeah, Fatality continuously DIing in there. I don't know about that one, but oh, misses the tech. That's extra damage. Didn't quite get it. I think they were looking for a footstool down air. Quite missed.
And again, this is what we were talking about earlier. It's a battle of inches and trying to find who can get a more impactful blow. Fatality trapping into the corner. The up smash doesn't connect.
He's doing what he needs to do, throwing out those strong hitboxes so that he can get the hit confirms. He doesn't need to be throwing out, you know, nairs or anything that is good for spacing, right? WebbJP is going to stuff that every time. But if you continuously throw out dares, Raptor boost, nair ones, or falling up airs, you're going to get the confirms that you're looking for. And Fatality is realizing that, and that's why he's closing out these games in a way that WebbJP can't quite get to that 1000th cut.
Can we talk about how he is so 3 for 3 on his knees? He is so consistent at applying pressure and ending the game with a flourish. Going to Battlefield, I do like the mix-up from Webb here. It allows for more extensions, a little bit more fidelity in your combo game. But yeah. Fatality painting Webb into the corner again, and this is where you have to try and find your way out and at least start chipping on some damage.
It also provides some safety for Webb to have another platform option to go to, so he's not continuously guessing against Fatality's character choice. Good tech chase to keep Fatality off. We're going to be looking for a back air here, doesn't quite get it. Fatality's now in the advantage. Oh man, unfortunate angling on the vanish there. Didn't quite snap the ledge like they were hoping for.
And an unfortunate SD on the side of WebbJP. It could be nerves or it could have been an unforced error from Fatality. But 106, and this is what we're seeing. It's almost just a little bit of an issue trying to find a way to convert. But here it comes, and more pressure. Every hit that Fatality has landed has led to another, and it's felt so impactful every time. Not going for the knee this time, goes for the nair.
A little bit safer on the DI selection. Unfortunately, the knee definitely would have connected there, but the nair definitely covers more options in a safer way. And when you're at this high percentage, you just want to keep racking it up safely. When you have that stock advantage at least. And we're not really seeing the top platform of Battlefield come into play as well as we want to for WebbJP. We're not seeing a lot of combo extensions there, and we're also not seeing a lot of safety that we would be seeing whenever they're getting comboed. A little bit of a scramble here. It's a little bit scary. They're both at incredibly high percentages, but I wouldn't call it kill percentage unless you're throwing out smash attacks on Sheik, and forward smash is going to take the stock. Let's see if WebbJP can get the cuts back going.
A good conversion from Webb, but it still feels like you're racing against the clock. 142 and a commanding position for Fatality on stage. This is where you need to start abusing and changing some of your combo routes, especially with that rage as Sheik. But still keeping Griffin into the corner. The bomb detonates, and holy moly, almost dying off the dare.
That was tight.
And a 2-1 lead for Fatality. It seems like the Battlefield change might have been a little bit of a hindrance on the side of WebbJP.
Yeah. This is looking like big advantage for Fatality that we haven't seen in the last 2 games. Fatality's been doing a great job closing out the games when they're both at even stock, but having a stock advantage is just a whole other story.
And again, Webb calling out defensive options using these F smash. A great job so far trying to find the conversion. The back air doesn't seal it. And the needle conversion still isn't enough. It feels like Fatality is eclipsing further and further out of a conversion percent. And it still doesn't connect with the bouncing fish. We've seen what happens when Fatality gets this much rage.
And there it is. That knee is definitely going to take it.
Fatality closing up with a clean 3-0. And again, Fatality has just been playing so strong. This first stock right here, where it basically created a situation where it was either you SD or you get spiked. So Fatality forcing a decision where you don't really find a way to win off stage and consistently clawing back using these haymakers like the dare into a knee, back air to seal out stocks. Fatality playing extremely well, and full credit to WebbJP putting on a good display for Sheik, but Fatality was just clicking on all cylinders today.
I don't think 3-0 really describes how close a couple of those games really were. It was coming down to the wire for the first 2 games. It could have gone either way, but Fatality just showing the prowess of being able to get those kill confirms, throwing out the hitboxes, keeping himself safe, while also able to keep the stage positioning, throw out the hitboxes, and every time that he got that hit at kill percentage on the last stocks, it was confirmed into a knee or some sort of kill move.
It felt like the advantage state coming out from the side of Fatality was very well executed, very clean. It was able to extend consistently. What I do have to say is that Webb was able to showcase the full potential of how she can get extremely fast damage to rack up. The problem is, and it's similar to other characters, similar to Greninja or the likes, when they reach a certain percent and you eclipse that value, it's really difficult to get a kill.
Yeah, I think that was just the nature of the game there. I think that matchup really can go either way. It can be very volatile too, since they're both going for very similar, I would say, styles of gameplay where you're looking for hit confirms, but one of them is a little bit more neutral dependent and the other one's a little bit more bait and punish or throwing out moves and, you know, spray and praying more or less. The equivalent for whatever that means for Smash and other platform fighters. So, great game. I'm very excited to see Fatality continue through this winner's bracket and other Atlanta representatives continuing through this winner's side bracket. WebbJP, though, still having a chance in losers for sure.
Yeah, not out entirely. Still have a chance in losers to do very well.